Yeah, so this is greetings. This is the New World Order. I am the New World Order. I've already told you why I think I am the New World Order. I believe in a coming kingdom that's going to be forever, and I believe in the resurrection, and I believe in everlasting life, and I believe that this age of man is coming to an end, and I believe that it's coming to an end real soon. But you want to hear about the New World Order? I don't know what to tell you about the New World Order. You can read anything or hear anything you want on the internet about the New World Order. I know what they're up to. I know what they're doing. The same thing they've been trying to do for thousands of years. You have to realize things haven't changed for thousands of years. Mankind, to a large degree, is evil, and right now the evil men are in power. I remember when I was growing up, we had we had bullies in our town. I grew up in a beautiful town where there were maybe 1,200 people, and it was kind of like growing up in Andy Griffith, Mayberry RFD. We had 2 cops and 1 barber, and anyway, we lived a very sheltered life then. But we had bullies in our town. The thing is, the bullies, they got away with being bullies, but they didn't run the whole town. And if they got out of line, there was somebody there to put them in line. And what I don't understand, having been born into this world, I don't understand how the evil men that are in charge of our country got where they're at. That I don't understand. If these people who are controlling the world economy in the banks, as we know, the Federal Reserve is nothing but a humongous Ponzi scheme run on the American people. The government, our Constitution said in the beginning that only Congress has the authority to print money, to produce a currency. Anyone else who produces a currency should be a counterfeiter. The Federal Reserve is a private corporation. They charge interest on all the money that they print, which our taxpayers have to pay back. They loan this fiat currency to our government at interest, where the government, truly, if they were following the Constitution, the government would produce money at no interest and actually loan it in interest to the people. And so therefore the people would make, the people themselves who paid interest on the money would be getting that money back, because the power to create currency would belong to them. Well, that's not how it works. But anyway, how they got in control, I'll never know. If someone like these rich bankers who are running the world, the elite, the Illuminati, I like to call them the elites or the powers that be. If the elites or the powers that be were loose in the little town I grew up in, they would have been stomped, because they wouldn't have gotten away with what they've gotten away with. I don't understand why the world isn't like the little town that I grew up in. Things made sense to me. But I know what the problem is. It's the evil in the nature of man, and especially when it comes to money. That's where you see the greed of mankind, and money corrupts people. Even in the little town I grew up in, there was an older lady who was in charge of taking care of the money at the school, at the grade school. She ended up trying to embezzle a bunch of money, and they finally caught her and gave her a slap on the wrist, made her pay the money back. But she was an old lady. I guess they didn't want to put her in prison. But in my opinion, she should have gone regardless, because she was a thief. But when it comes to money, people get corrupted. and there's so much money involved in these schemes that have been created and foisted upon us. But I know the answer, but it's the same answer that's been around for thousands of years, and men have rejected the truth. They've rejected the answers that they really need. But I'm hoping that even though people don't they may not believe exactly as I believe. They may not be a Bible believer as I am a Bible believer. Perhaps people will wake up enough to the point where they understand what is in their best interest, what I call enlightened self-interest. It's a great thing. You can talk to people. I could lay out logically. I could speak to you reasonably and give you logical reasons why you should believe the Bible, why we should follow its precepts. But logic and reason doesn't work when you're coming up against spiritual forces that are unreasonable. When you're coming up against human passions and desires that logic does not work against. You can't use logic and reason. A lot of times you cannot appeal to people's logic and reason. They just don't want to hear it because there's a spiritual force at work in the world that's got people in bondage to their passions, to their lusts, to their evil desires. And all the logic in the world is not going to change their heart. People ultimately are going to have a change of heart. If I was a young man living in this country, I would be most likely a very angry young man. I had lots of energy when I was young, and I had my whole life to look forward to, and I had the idea that I could make a difference in the world. I had this notion that what I did counted, and as I've gotten older, I've found out that the world is a lot bigger and a lot more wicked than I imagined that it was when I was younger. But even when I was young, when I saw unfairness, and when I saw what was going on in our government and in our country, it made me angry. It made me very angry, and for many years I was angry as to the kind of world that I was living in. But I learned at a young age that I had to learn to live with it.